So your brain is affected by what you eat every single day. But some food doesn't just affect your weight and your energy. Some actually affect your mood, your concentration, your focus, and even your brain function. So the number one thing that affects your brain without you knowing is excess sugars. When I say sugars, I'm not only talking about the white granules, no. I'm also talking about those foods that are rich in glucose, like your rice, your gari, your cassava, your yam, your pasta. So many people eat this food every day. They don't even eat balanced diet. They eat only glucose-rich foods. This actually spikes your glucose level in your blood. So you'd want to eat food that are rich in vitamins, in minerals, and in other nutrients. And another thing is when you eat foods that are rich in glucose only, it starts inflaming your cells. So too much sugars actually cause you inflammation because when you have sugar spikes in your blood, at that point it starts affecting your cognition, and that's when people start forgetting. Alzheimer's disease, dementia, it start affecting your energy levels. You start becoming tired because it causes you sugar spikes and then it crashes. You become excessively fatigued. Aside from that, it affects your mood too. It affects your concentration. Sugar is your enemy. Sugar is your enemy. I always speak against it. Sugar is what is fueling most of the diseases of today. So you should avoid sugar as much as possible. Aside from that, sugar is what causes, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes. And people that have type 2 diabetes, if they don't manage it properly, it will cause them dementia because it goes into the brain and then it starts knocking off everything. So your body and your brain wasn't designed to constantly process excess sugars. That's why we speak against sugars. And remember, sugars is not just the white granules. Your sugar-rich foods should be avoided as much as possible. And then inculcate eating, you know, proteins and other, vitamin-rich foods. Another one is eating unhealthy, refined, ultra-processed foods. These foods cause you excess inflammation. These foods, they don't have any nutritional value. They should be avoided as much as possible. And I'm speaking to people who find it very lazy to cook, people who don't have time. It's not really their fault, but even if you want to eat out, eat nutritious foods. Because when you keep eating junk, the only thing it does is it keeps you full. If eating, you enjoy it, it's fine. But these foods contain additives, a lot of salt, a lot of sugars, a lot of chemicals that actually, destabilize your system. So when you insist on eating junk food often, it's fine, but just be ready for poor blood circulations, inflammations, and even reduced brain functions. So when you keep eating this unhealthy junk, ultra processed food, your brain function will start going down because it's affecting your cells. And then it's telling your brain, oh, I need more food, I need to eat more sugars. You start having cravings, you keep ingesting, and your brain function will be going down. So these are the things you eat, and you don't even know that it's affecting your brain because you're enjoying it. But over time, that's when your cells will start you know, telling because at that point you've ingested a lot for a long period of time. Another very important point is excessive alcohol consumption. So when you drink a lot, excessive alcohol consumption, at that point, it starts affecting your mood, start affecting your decision making, affects your sleep quality, and even your concentration. And this has to do with the brain because it's the brain that your brain functions that decides your sleep quality and everything. So it's indirectly affecting your brain. Alcohol consumption is very bad. It affects your brain function. So you wouldn't want to, even if you want to consume alcohol, it should be in moderation, not excessively. Another one is unhealthy cooking oils. We Nigerians, we love sunflower oils, we love beef stew, we love red stew. Sunflower oil is bad. It's very unhealthy. And people love it because it's very cheap. Instead of using sunflower oil, you want to prefer coconut oils, rapeseed oils, or even olive oils. These are very good oils that you can actually use to cook, and then it's going to impact your blood vessels. Because when you keep eating unhealthy oils like sunflower oils, it start clogging your blood vessels, and your blood vessels actually supply oxygen and nutrients to your brain. So when you eat unhealthy oils, your brain function is declining, and you won't even know. These things actually show up later in life. That's when they show up. So that's why it's very essential to eat the right food now. So the final point is caffeines and energy drinks. If these drinks are taken in moderation, it's fine. But for me, I discourage it even in moderation. I tell people that this is addictive. It doesn't make you high, no. I say it's addictive because when you take these drinks, what it does is there's a chemical in your body called adenosine. Adenosine is the chemical that makes you feel tired. So what these drinks does is they block adenosine. And once they block it, you feel energetic. So when you feel tired again, you want to take another one and another one so that you keep feeling energetic. That's why I tell people this is addictive. So you need to avoid it. So your brain cannot fully recover if your body is stressed. And these drinks, they make you stressed. They don't make your brain recover, they make you lose sleep. So you need to, you understand, take the right drinks, the right water, the right natural fruit juices, avoid caffeinated energy drinks. So if you must take these drinks, just make sure you're taking them in moderation and not in excess. And don't take them long term. But for me, I avoid it, I discourage it, honestly. So your brain needs proper functioning. You need to sleep well, you need to eat the right foods. You need to take the right drinks for your brain to function properly. Because your brain sends signals to your body. Your brain is what carries your entire body. So if your brain is not functioning, your body is not functioning. Thank you.